it's round number 3 of Ocala Grand Prix Spring Summer Local Series. Hello again, everybody. I'm Tony Modica. Very excited to move into round number 3. Today we'll be running counterclockwise with the chicane, so we'll see some very good speeds. Beautiful weather, practice sessions in the books, and we are ready to go qualifying. Looking for a big day here at Ocala Grand Prix. All right, catching up with 206 junior driver Dominic Sousa. Dominic, again, practice sessions in the books. Again, you got one practice session in. How was the kart here in that second practice session?
I did really well. I got the best time out of the practice. And like I said, it did half decent. It did really good.
All right, now talk a little bit about the season so far. This is really a crucial point. We're moving into round number 3. You come in this weekend as the current points leader. What do you got to do to be consistent and keep that rolling for that championship here in our spring summer series?
Just try my best and get as high as place I can get.
Yeah, and obviously keep working hard. How about the competition in the 206 junior class? You definitely got some heavy hitters in there.
Yeah, like I have Elmer that, he's like neck to neck almost.
All right, and how about everybody helps you out? I know you got a lot of people help you out with the cart and that. Who helps you out?
My dad is my mechanic. My mom watches my little brother and sister, and my little brother pushes the cart for me.
It's a family affair. Listen, Dominic, good luck out there. Nice practice session, and we're getting ready for qualifying in just a little bit, but good luck today, qualifying, pre-final, and final.
Thank you.
All right, again, Dominic Sousa, 206 junior driver. What an outstanding finish to round number 3 of Ocala Grand Prix Spring Summer Local Series. Again, a great finish. We saw first-time winners today. A lot of great competition here at OGP. As we're excited, looking forward to round number 4 coming up May 12th for our local Spring Summer Series. As always, don't forget to follow us on Facebook at Ocala Grand Prix. Also, visit the website at ocalagrandprix.com. So again, some very exciting highlights from round number 3 at OGP's local series. Hope you enjoyed them. Hello again, everybody. I'm Tony Modica, your host here at OGP TV. As we look ahead now, we're going to feature a couple of highly competitive classes. We combined our X30 and the Rock Masters class together, which turned out to be some incredible racing. And we're going to get a look at our shifter class. High speed, very competitive racing. We'll take a look at those races next. This will be a 14-lap final X30 Masters with a combined Rock Masters group, and here's how we're going to line them up. On the pole position, the 509 of Danny Robertson. Danny having a very good day, picked up the pole earlier this morning, and he'll start on the pole after grabbing the win in the pre-final. Outside row 1, the 628 of Rob Mayer. Starting third, the 13 of Miguel Gronzel. Pete Fritchie in the 580, he'll start in the 4 spot. 5th to the beat, Jason Nelson in the 504. Starting 7th to 9 to Jim Glitch. Starting 8th to 96, that'll be Jeff Schmidt. Starting 9th to 43 of Darren Mays. Starting in the 10th spot, Rock Masters driver Hector Rodriguez. Greg Chiano in the 43A. Rock Masters driver going to start in the 11th spot. Scheduled to start in the 12th spot will be the 677 X30 Masters driver of Scott Johnson. So we're ready to go. 14 laps. Brian likes what he sees, shows him the green, and we are underway. They'll work their way down into turn number 1. Through that apex, single files, they'll shuffle them down through the chicane. Again, running 6/10 of a mile counterclockwise with the chicane. No hairpin here this weekend. And a beautiful day here at Ocala Grand Prix. Temperatures in the mid-80s. Again, has been a really nice day for racing as the field cycles around for lap number 1. And early race leader Danny Robertson, Miguel Groncel, your points leader, will scoot up to second as he works around Rob Mayer. And Miguel has picked up a victory back in round number 2. Danny Robertson, he's been on the podium 2 out of 2, had a 3rd place and a 2nd place finish for Danny. And right now, Danny up front leading the way as he'll work up through the top of the showcase as your leaders work through the showcase for lap number 2. So they'll head to the line. Meantime, Miguel holding on the 2nd, Rob Mayer 3rd, Pete Fritchie 4th, Jim Glitch running in the 5th spot. Pete Fritchie's been very solid here on this Saturday. He just turned fast time, 31.795 for Pete Fritchie. And Pete qualified very well earlier this morning at his 2nd place qualifying event, finish for qualifying. All right, now Pete in the top 5. Been very solid here on this Saturday's round number 3 here at Ocala Grand Prix Spring Summer Local Series. So there's your leaders into turn number 1, 3 laps in. Meantime, Miguel Groncel turns fast time, 31.598. Miguel trying to keep pace with your leaders, currently a half a second behind your leader, Danny Robertson. X30 Masters, very good looking field of drivers. Again, the guy very tough to beat is Danny Robertson. Sent Danny a couple podium finishes and a 2nd place finish in round number 2 last month. Danny captured a 3rd place finish in opening weekend. Right now, he is settling into a pretty good groove right now for Danny Robertson. And Miguel Groncel coming in this weekend as your points leader at 10 points ahead of Danny Robertson. So field off the tree turn, you see your leader now opens up about a full second advantage. And Danny clicking off quick time with a 31.393 as he heads to the stripe. And now he opens up a 9/10 of a second, so he's 9/10 of a second ahead of Miguel Groncel. Miguel running in that 2nd spot. Traffic pretty well settled down. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. That's Miguel Groncel, Rob Mayer, Pete Fritchie. All mixing it up there. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. That's the battle right there off the tree turn. Your leader, Danny Robertson, looking over his shoulder. And he looks behind him, knows what he's got. A pack of traffic behind him again coming off the showcase. He looks behind him again, wants to see where that traffic is. And right now, Danny's sitting on an 8/10 of a second. So again, we'll see if this 2nd pack of drivers, if they stick together, start doing some drafting, work together, try to bring in your leader. But again, he start getting out of line, pulling out, going side by side. That definitely will slow the pack down. But it looks like they're off to a good run now as they start to close in on your leader. 7 laps complete this time by as we hit the halfway point. 7 down, 7 to go. Danny Robertson, your pole sitter, your leader. Miguel Groncel 2nd, Rob Mayer 3rd, Pete Fritchie 4th, Jim Glitch running 5th. Running 6th, Mark Smith 7th, it'll be Jeff Smith. Keanu, your Rock Masters driver, running in the 8th spot. Darren Mays down 1 lap in the 43. Right now, fast time goes to Danny with a 31.393. Last time by, Danny had a full second advantage as they come to the line. Now they'll cut it to a half a second, so they are working together. Miguel Groncel, Rob Mayer, Pete Fritchie, veteran racers. Again, starting to close in. They took off a half a second in that previous lap. They're coming to the front as they work off of turn number 3. Yeah, these drivers have a lot of experience. Talking about Miguel Groncel, Rob Mayer, Pete Fritchie. Don't get out of line. Wait till the end to get out of line, as they are working together and they're definitely bringing in a very quick Danny Robertson. 9 in the books this time by at a 14. Danny picked up a little bit of speed right now. He's currently 7/10 of a second ahead of 2nd place running Miguel Groncel, your points leader. And Danny looking for his first win. He's looking at his 3rd podium finish. A 2nd and a 3rd so far out of 2 races. Again, Danny off the tree turn, looks over that right shoulder. Gotta believe he's just kind of gauging to see where the field is as they come up through the showcase. They'll hit lap number 10. Danny puts the head down, takes that Tony kart down into turn number 1. Field on their way through the chicane, 0.8 of a second. It continues to go back and forth, up to a second, a half a second, 0.8 of a second. Right now for Danny as he'll head into the tree turn. Again, Miguel Groncel, Rob Mayer, Pete Fritchie continue to stay together. Again, they started to get out of line. That's Rob Mayer. Getting out of line. Rob just did it now as he's going to drop back a spot. Pete Fritchie says, thank you, I'll take that spot away as they come to the line. And again, there you go, 1.3 seconds behind your leader. So Rob slipped up. It cost him about almost 0.4 of a second. Well, right now, Danny Robertson settling in a pretty good groove, looking for his first win. Again, when you start to get out of line, things can go sour. And that's exactly what just happened. As Pete Fritchie looking for a podium finish here this afternoon. Pete's got a podium finish. He grabs second on opening weekend, and we got 2 to go. I got to believe Danny Robertson, X30 Masters driver, settling in pretty good right now, as he kicks it to a 1.5 second advantage. Let's add to that 1.5. Danny just turned quick time 31.366 for Danny Robertson. So there you go, Danny. Nice run going as he'll head up through the showcase. Now a little side-by-side battle. Pete Fritchie gonna go on the attack mode as he goes after Miguel Groncel. White flag up in the air. Now they're gonna battle. Second, third, and fourth down into turn number 1. Pete Fritchie works them all. Contact! Gonna collect 2 of them. That'll be Miguel Groncel going around. And I gotta believe they did take Rob Mayer with them. You see Pete Fritchie still on the track in the meantime. Danny Robertson now looking behind him. Where's the field at? They're way behind you, Danny. You're gonna grab your first win as he'll head down the front stretch. Your X30 Masters winner will be Danny Robertson. Again, checker along with the black flag. But unofficially, Danny grabs the win. Pete Fritchie second. Here comes the rest of the field. Miguel will cross the line third. Mark Smith fourth. He'll be followed by the 96 of Jeff Smith. So Jeff will wrap up the top 5 on your X30 Master side. So road number 1, Zachary Howlandson in the 456. Pete Lizardi in the 413. Couple shifter rock senior drivers. Again, very important to get off that line. The 22 comes to a stall of Derek Mays. Green is out. We're underway. Ooh, little contact there. The 407 and the 460. Corrected the 480 of Andrew Burley. Now the 478 stalls. Again, that will be Nick Trumbull. Nick under power. Still trying to get the 22 fired up of Derek May. Shifter rock driver. Now the field going to come up through the tree turn. And trying to get that cart out of harm's way. They'll get it off to the side. The field will come by to hit lap number 1. They'll head down into turn number 1, led by Sousa Toronto. Pete Lizardi second. Boy, Zachary Howland's head up to that, back to third. Again, Zachary, your pole sitter now, drops back into that third place position as they take care of the 22 machine of Derek Mays. Not the way Derek wanted to start it out. Now Zachary Howland's doing battle there as they'll work their way off the top part of the showcase. Zachary back up front. He's got the 466. Sasha right behind him. Pete Lizardi running third. As they'll head through the chicane as they'll work their way into turn number 2, led by Zachary Howlandson. Zachary back and forth. He dropped the third, now back up front. He is settled into a groove right now. Zachary heads off the tree turn. Said we've been talking about Zachary. OGP team driver has just been on fire the last couple weekends here at OGP. Captured a couple wins last weekend in the USPKS class, and right now he has been very, very good here today as he'll head up through turn number 2. And shifters really getting around, top tier class, shifter class here at OGP. And now we got contact coming off of turn number 2. Got one parked. We'll check that driver out. Looks like he's going to bail out. Well, Zachary coming down the front stretch. He'll hit lap number 4 this time by. Zachary so far 30.325. He has been the fastest driver out there so far. Right now, Zachary into turn number 2, sitting on a 1.8 second advantage over Sousa Toronto. And Sasha having a pretty good day, qualified 3rd. Well, she's been right there in the mix, finished the pre-final 3rd for Sasha. So field working their way around to hit lap number 5 this time by. Your leader, Zachary Hollinshead off of turn number 1. He'll make his way up through the chicane. Off the chicane into turn number 2. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th now coming off of turn number 2. Sousa Toronto. Then you got Pete Lasardi and Andrew Burley. A little 3-cart shootout for a couple spots on the podium. As right now, Zachary Hollinshead into a groove right now up to the top part of the showcase. He'll work down the front stretch. Zachary hits lap number 6 this time by. He just turned a 30.287. He is hauling the mail right now as he heads off at turn number 2. What a run going, Zachary Hollinshead. He has found his niche here at OGP, and he has just been motored along. Right now, Zachary 2.9 second advantage as we'll hit halfway this time by. So Zachary down the front stretch. 7 in, 7 to go. Zachary, your leader. He'll head down into turn number 1. Sasha dropping back to 3rd. That'll put Pete Lasardi 2nd. Sasha 3rd. Andrew Burley running 4th. Running 5th, Charlie Ayers, your Honda driver. Running 6th, Nick Trumbull. 7th, it'll be Sousa. 8th, it'll be Patrick Current. 9th, it'll be Richard Lowe as they work their way around. 7 in, 7 to go. Zachary Hollinshead 30.287 as he'll hit lap number 8 this time by. Great run going for Zachary. He'll work into turn number 1. Again, that battle is coming out for the 2nd and 3rd place positions on that podium. Again, you got Lasardi, Sousa Toronto, and Andrew Burley all mixing it up. Again, 2 spots as they shoot for 2nd and 3rd. Again, that's bearing that Zachary Hollinshead finishes it off. And right now, he looks perfect as he heads up through the top part of the showcase, and he'll come down, head to the line. This will be 9 laps complete this time by. Zachary off of turn number 1, just turned a 30.049. He continued to break away. Rest of the field comes by. 5.4 second lead now for Zachary. He is just working that paddle, hitting those marks, hitting the gas. He has just been on the money right now. OGP team driver showing it here this afternoon. Again, look at this battle. Sasha going to drop back to 4th. Anytime 10 laps in. Working on 4 to go this time by. So 4 laps to go. Zachary Hollinshead just checking out. He is in a different zip code right now as he heads to the top of the showcase. And he'll head to the line. Zachary crosses the line, 11 complete, 3 to go. Sitting on a 30.017 for Zachary. He has surpassed his quick lap time, I believe, in that pre-final at a 30.112. He's at a 0.17. Right now, that battle is 2nd and 3rd as they come through the tree turn. Zachary going to get 2 to go this time by. Pete Lasardi holding on to 2nd. Then it's Andrew Burley, Sousa Toronto. Anybody's game right there for 2nd and 3rd on the podium as they get 2 to go. So breaking away, OGP team driver Zachary Hollinshead. Zachary can look across the track and see the rest of the field as he opens up an 8.2 second lead. Zachary Hollinshead up through the top part of the showcase. Brian going to show him 1 to go. White flag hangs out. Zachary Hollinshead dominating here this afternoon in the shifter class. Again, rest of the field up to the top part of the showcase led by Pete Lasardi holding on the 2nd. Running 3rd, Andrew Burley. Sousa Toronto running 4th. White flag up, 1 to go. Zachary can coast home now as he'll exit off the tree turn. The OGP team driver Zachary Hollinshead will grab the win here in your shifter rock senior class as he'll bring the 456 home. Your winner, Zachary Hollinshead, now battling for that second spot, shuffling up to the top part of the showcase they come. Looking for a finish here in the podium. Pete Lasardi will grab that, followed by Andrew Burley. So Andrew on the podium, followed by Sousa Toronto. Again, S2 Honda winner will go Charlie Ayers. ICC senior winner will be Sean Sousa as they wrap it up here this afternoon in the shifter class. So great job by all of our drivers here as they wrap it up here this afternoon, round number 3. Now as we move ahead, let's take a look at our scholarship point standings, which has really turned out to be exciting and very competitive. In the X30 junior class, Ashton Chilton right now leads the way with 469 points. Shay Dockin currently second, Shay with 404 points. Charlie Ayers having a very good season. Charlie in third with 364 points, and Tyler McIntyre fourth with 354 points. Very competitive in the mini Swift class right now. It is Anderson Leonard leading the way with 547 points. Carson Walters currently second with 352 points. On the Rock Junior side, well, it has been the Joey Atanasio show. Joey is your strong leader right now with 511 points. On the Rock Mini side, another very competitive group of drivers. Alex Jakey comes in with the 548-point lead. Again, Dean Dibdahl second with 414. Julian DaCosta, Julian right now with 383. And Tom Shoecraft, the third, right now sits fourth with 323 points. Yeah, this is very important for these drivers and their family members, where the top 2 drivers in these 4 specific classes will get a prepaid college tuition here in the state of Florida, which again is a very big thing. So the competition is hot and heavy here at OGP as they work their way through the 2018 season. So coming up next, we're going to go in depth with the OGP track crew. This is a really good thing that these guys do here. We see what they do on race day, but we'll see what they do during the week.
Hey guys, my name is Ezra. Currently I work here at OGP. I am the Gridmaster throughout the week. As Gridmaster here at OGP, my responsibility is to make sure the well-being and the safety of the customers that come out to rent our carts. We have both Hondas and Rotax rental carts. As soon as they come out, the showroom sends them out. Basically, you go ahead and you greet them. Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome to OGP. And then you go over the flags. Currently here at OGP, we got 4 flags. You just explain the flags, go over the rules, regulations of the cart, what you expect them, what you want them to do on the track, and how to maintain safety and safe driving, practices on the track. You seat them, get them ready, give them helmets, etc. The whole 9. Yellow flag is a cautionary flag. When you get a yellow flag, ideally you want to slow down, get off the gas pedal a little bit. Some of these guys on the track, they might be helping somebody that might be spun out or stuck on a curb. You want to just make sure you slow down enough to where you can pass that incident safely and these guys don't feel endangered. And then once you're past that incident, there's no more accidents or anything that you can see, you go ahead and pick up your speed a little bit. Our second flag here at OGP is red flag. You guys see a red flag, you want to come to a complete stop no matter where you're at on the track. With the Honda carts that we have, more than likely your motor's going to shut off. That's completely fine. Once your motor shut off or you get a red flag, just come to a stop, remain seated at all times. That's really important. And we're all going to go out there, we're going to make sure everybody's safe, and then we're going to explain to everybody what's going on and why we got a red. We got a black flag here at OGP as well. That's our third flag. The black flag here is a little bit different. It comes in 2 forms. If that black flag's rolled up and pointed at you, you'll know it'll be pointed right at you, just like somebody's pointing a finger. It's a warning. We give warnings for drifting the carts, drafting. For drafting, you can be behind one another, but you want to have some space in between you. No bumping or pushing. If that black flag, however, is waved to you, safely and calmly, you're going to complete your lap that you're on. And as soon as you come up to the exit, you want to safely come off the exit slowly. Come all the way up to the grid, and I'll be standing up there, or whoever's running the grid at that day, at that moment, will be up there, and they'll stop you. They'll let you know what's going on, why we pulled you off, and we'll go from there. If we got to send you back out, we'll make up your time. You go back out and race. Of course, the last flag, guys, is the checker flag. That's your last lap. You guys get the checker flag, you won, you guys complete your last lap. Once again, safely, calmly, when you come to the exit, you're gonna exit slowly, and then you're just gonna make your way and return yourself to the grid, come to a stop, and then we'll stop you, we'll get you out the cart and everything like that. All right, so the best story I would say that I have here, personal experience, it just really hits home to me, because after a long race day, our winter tour, it's about 2 or 3 weeks just straight, consistent racing. We're here every day, 6:30 in the morning. Sometimes we're leaving 5, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock maybe. At the end of it all, we finished the last race for the winter tour season. Normally we get a week off, but right before, we wrapped up, right before we left, I had a micro mini. They're like 8 or 9, something like that, years old, come up to me, gave me a hug, and she was like, well, we want to thank you guys. Me and my mom want to thank you guys for everything you guys do. And that's probably like the brightest moment, the most like at home, at close moment to me that I personally have here. It's just a good feeling, somebody like that, like a little kid, come up to you, give you a hug, and just thank you for the work that you guys do. If you're keeping them safe, maintaining safety on the track, and just being there in case anything was to happen. Thankfully, we didn't have a whole lot of incidents going on that specific winter tour, but it's just a good feeling, somebody just to thank you, just come up, even shake your hand and say thanks. I think a lot of these guys on the track appreciate that too as well. You come up, you just give them a thanks for just working, and it just means a lot to us.
When our race weekends roll around, the tension in the air here, it gets a little high because you got these really professional guys that come out to race their go-karts out here, and they're all competitive, racing for that #1 spot. I'm usually out here in Prix. I wouldn't say it's the hardest spot to do on the track, but it definitely is one of the more difficult spots because you kind of got to watch the entire track, especially as the racers are going around. I'm watching right here in front of me, I'm watching right here behind me, I'm watching over here for our guys over here in these turns over here. But it's a pretty cool spot to work at. Sometimes it happens. We'll have a cart breakdown out here on the track. But what we'll do is we'll try to get the cart off the track safely because we can't stop the races. But we'll get it off safely. After everyone's off the track, we'll bring in what we call our recovery trailer, and 2 guys will pick up the cart, load it onto the trailer, and we'll just drive it in. Happens all the time. It's it's common.
So I, get the carts ready for the rentals. I stand out on the track, make sure everyone's safe, help somebody if they get stuck on a curb, and sometimes I change tires. I started working back in the shop on the road tax carts during race day, so I just get them set up, put them on the track. And my favorite part is like getting people off curbs. It depends on like the skill level. If the rentals are pretty new, they aren't used to the brakes and spin out a lot, so if they're new, I end up helping them a lot more, but if they're experienced, then they kind of move pretty smoothly.
So again, very exciting to see what our OGP tracker really does during the week and during race time. As always, don't forget to follow us on Facebook at Ocala Grand Prix. Visit the website, ocalagrandprix.com. Until next time, I'm your host, Tony Modica.